Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome back to the Cult of Vintage. Today I decided to share with you guys as an introduction this glorious, beautiful day here in central Pennsylvania. We are right now in South Williamsport or Williamsport, Pennsylvania at the Overlook. I had to stop because I again wanted to share the beauty of this day with you. And here we are looking out over Williamsport, Pennsylvania. You see the river there. It is the Susquehanna River. But you guys, just look at this view. Check out this sky. I had to share this moment with you guys. Look at this. It is gorgeous. Now we are on our way down into Williamsport and we're going to hit up Goodwill today. So I'll see you there in just a second. So it's Goodwill time, you guys. We went from that beauty to this beauty, hopefully. I will say it looks a little busy, so this is going to make for an interesting filming experience, because it always is. So here we go. All right, so we have a 2-day sale, Sunday and Monday, green tags. Clothing, shoes, and purses we're not caring about. Ooh, look. Wares, electrical, and furniture, 39 cents. Color of the week is red, so we got 50% off of that. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We're hitting it running. Right off of the bat, the first thing that caught my eye was this Madonna and Child planter. I've said before that the religious items don't do that well, but here you'll see this particular one did do quite well. As a good Catholic, whenever I touch something religious, Mary, Joseph, Jesus, I have to buy it. Next up, I did see these adorable, and I do believe they are porcelain, made in Japan, these little children figurines. She was not priced, so I was like, okay, is he priced? And it turns out he was, in fact. I don't know if you can tell or not, but he is actually handing her, and you'll see I bought the set for $4 and sold it for 36, but he is actually holding a flower and he is giving it to her, and she's kind of coy about the whole thing, like, who, me? So with that said, I had to go and get a cart. I knew, just due to the size of the 3 pieces that we just picked up, that, I could definitely get them into a basket, but if I found anything else, it was going to be a little scary. Now, we did find this cute little heart planter. It was priced at 99 cents. It is Thymes Company. I've never heard of them before. It was a bit generic. I will say, though, the red paint was still in really good condition. But I did leave it behind. Again, it just was very generic. It didn't have that, like I like to say, the wow factor to it. Now, I did see this Ellie Smith. This is the lid to a compo. I was holding out hope that I would find the base. Unfortunately, we didn't find the base today. Spoiler alert, it just didn't happen. Next up, I did find a little treasure craft trinket dish ashtray, if you will. It was marked Hawaii. It was priced at $2.99. Fair enough. I don't find that the souvenir pieces do very well because they're a little too specific. Now, that little baby planter, it did trick me. It was a newer one marked in China. However, the next one, this little baby block, did not trick me. This one is an Inarco. You do see the paper label there. But again, the baby planters, they typically don't do... Ooh, Michael, you left that hanging off the shelf, bruh. It didn't fall while I was there, so it doesn't count. But the baby planters typically don't do all too well. This was an interesting little piece, this bird. He did look to be like a bookend. It wasn't, in my opinion, very heavy. I don't know. You might have been able to hold up 1 or 2 books, but he was missing his mate. It still would have made a cute figurine. There was a lot of stuff to choose from, a lot of new stuff. It's been about a month or two since I've been to this Goodwill. So it seems like very fresh to my eyes. I did like this Christmas dish. It did look like it was Lennox. Turns out it wasn't. It was Sar's, Sarr, Sar's candy. It was a candy dish. I thought, well, that's some awfully fancy candy right there. Hopefully, the candy tasted as good as the display. Oftentimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? You get like this fancy packaging, and then it's just like, oh, let me go ahead and throw this out. Of course, you don't tell the person who gave it to you that you threw it out. You just do that on the side. Be like, I loved it. It was so good. Look, I'm keeping the box. It was the only thing worth it. No, I did see this little wooden box. It was really cute. It is hand turned, and you can see it's turned underneath the blue there. That would have been what held it into the machine, and then they spin it. And of course, it does seem that it was hand carved. I didn't really know anything about it. I do think that there probably is value on it, but that is just simply something that I really can't say one way or the other. It looked cool. I know that. I liked the aesthetic. And a lot of times I do very much rely on aesthetics as to whether or not I get something. And I did see these fruit, the little pear and strawberry chalkwares. Unfortunately, there was significant damage to it. And it wasn't the kind of damage where I thought that it really lent itself well to the piece. It just looked broken. And then Shirley girl, Shirley, you did good with your little strawberry painted on the cardboard there. I thought it was cute, especially it was better than I could do. I know that. And then I jumped over to the glassware. I didn't really find anything very special in the glassware. I always do like to check it out. The first thing that I do see, though, are these two little pink depression coffee mugs. I thought they were cute. And unfortunately, the market isn't the greatest on depression glass outside of the green or the uranium. Pink, yellow, they don't really do all that well. Now, I did see these great tumblers. I thought they were amazing, especially with that green and that gold detailing. I was trying to see if I could see a maker. The sticker was blocking it, and I thought, well, let me look through the other side. It wasn't there. Unfortunately, again, like with the chalkware fruit, the damage didn't really add aesthetic value to it. I thought it very much detracted from the piece, and I did try to show you there in the back one that was in better condition than the other ones. Now, this Goodwill does have, I'm not going to, it's like a half of an aisle that is dedicated to Christmas, and they seem to keep it pretty well stocked. Every time I've been there, there's always been a lot of Christmas. Unfortunately, it's just been a lot of Christmas that I'm not interested in buying. I always do check it out. You never know. It just takes one good piece to really make it worth your while. Unfortunately, there wasn't that one piece today. Yeah, I'm showing you that we're all the way down on the ground. I do, like I have said in previous videos, I always go through and look at things at eye level, and I go through and look at stuff that I have to crouch down onto the floor. Now, this was a really pretty piece. It very much read Italian, and it is. The black marking did say Italia. Unfortunately, there was some pretty significant damage there to the petals. It was priced at $3.99. Had the damage not been to the rose petals, I would have picked it up, especially at $3.99. It's very grand millennial or granny chic, very shabby chic, very cottage core, French provincial. It would have went into a lot of decors. Creepy bunny there with holes in the side of his head. And then I did see this finger vase. These were very popular during Victorian times. I was kind of tempted by it. It was priced at $2.99. It was in really good condition. But again, it's very specific to a kind of decor. So I did decide to go ahead and leave it behind. A little magnolia music box. It is new. So I didn't want to get that. And then this little piece back here caught my eye, and I was like, what are you back here? We're going to pull her out here, and it is this adorable little lady wall hanging, and she was priced at 99 cents. Now, I was like, on the back, I really felt like there was a marking. And I was really having a hard time identifying it. I could not identify it, but I felt like I could see it. It was underneath the blue sticker. I peeled the blue sticker off here. I still could not read it. Now, when I did sell it on a live sale and I was showing it on camera, for whatever reason, I could actually make it out a lot better. And a lot of the viewers were able to make it out, and it was Gimbly. I still don't know who that is, but thankfully, viewers to the rescue. Now, I did see this little odd piece of pottery. It was strange, it was weird, and yes, it was a darn good profit. The maker, and I did see the JJ, it turns out it is actually a UK. John Joseph. I do apologize if I'm butchering his name. He is still alive, but again, he is a potter out of the UK. And I thought that was absolutely amazing that a piece that was hand, I don't know, I almost called it hand spun. It was hand done, made it all the way over here to the US. I kind of would have liked to have known its story. Now, we did see these individual creamer and sugars. This would have been set at the table for an individual to use. And looking at the bottom, I was able to identify them as porcelain. And you can tell that by the very white clay. Porcelain has a very unique feel to it. It's not as abrasive as ceramic is. It's not as porous either. And it did have a shell coral, so it did read very Victorian. Now, I don't know that it was because there was a gold splatter on the side, but for 99 cents, I bought it. Hey, I made $11 from it. I do think a piece like that, though, is a little bit more valuable, but that is going to be one of those eBay kind of things where you're drawing a broader market. I mean, you have more eyes on it. It was really unique. And speaking of unique, is this amazing 25th anniversary wall plaque. It is of the Sacred Heart. Now, it is extraordinarily specific, and I know that a lot of people are turned off, especially when they're seeing that 25, because it's like, well, it's an anniversary piece. It is religious. It's very late 40s, early 50s with the floral detailing. I decided that I was going to pick this up. I wanted to look at the backing to see if I could remove the backing because it immediately made me think, well, I wonder if I can remove all of that stuff and then give it a different backing and really amp it up to make it appeal to a broader market. So I did go ahead and I bought it for just $5, and I am going to turn this into a craft project. Up next, I did see these ceramic pieces and I was like, what are these beads? Is this a mask? No, it is an indigenous or a native wall hanging. It was interesting. I do collect Native American or indigenous figurines and things of that nature. This piece, I don't collect at all. This one just really wasn't speaking to me. It didn't really fit my personal aesthetic or vibe. So she did get left behind. So we're checking out all the shelves. I will usually go through the shelves 2 or 3 times. At a store like this, when it's so crammed and there's so many layers and it goes all the way to the back, I will go through 3 times. Up next, I did go over to the dinnerware and I found this amazing mid-century. Look at this brown sponge effect. This is actually Blue Ridge Southern pottery. Really high end, very collectible. They had a whole set there. I saw the sugar immediately. I was like, I really want to buy this, but only if there is a creamer. There was a creamer. And then I was like, I want to get at least one more piece. And I was looking for the maker on it, and we finally found it on a bowl here. Now, keep in mind the red tags are 50% off for us. Each of the pieces that I did pick up, the sugar, the creamer, those were priced at a dollar. Oh, you guys, I can't remember. $1.39, making each piece approximate. What is that? 65 cents each. Math. I don't know why I'm trying to do that in my head when I did the calculation here in just a minute, but math, boo. So I did get these 3 pieces. I thought this was a charming set. The sugar and the creamer alone can sell for $20 each. However, that's right. I got the set for $1.95, all 3 pieces. It sold for only $20. That was a little disappointing, but I know it's going to a good home. And that, again, at the end of the day, is all that matters. And I made money on it too. But it's just one of those things as like a reseller. You're like, you see the value in it, you see the desirability of it. Again, it is quality pottery, dinnerware, but it just wasn't there that day. But I'm still happy. I know who it's going to, and I know it's going to be loved and appreciated. So that is its own reward. Now, I did see this Taylor Smith Taylor. This is a Jack in the Pulpit under the first piece here, and I was really debating about it. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of giving me like an Art Nouveau. However, what was really catching my attention, geez, Michael, up close and personal, is this atomic pattern that is called Cathay. I bought it for $1.30 and I sold it for $8. I just did this, if you're not familiar with our live sales, as a straight claim. I just said the first person that gives me this number is going to get this for $8. It was the only piece that I could find. I scoured up and down and left and right and back and forth to see if there were any other pieces. Unfortunately, there were not. Now, this Taylor Smith Taylor, the Jack in the Pulpit, I did put behind. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I put it behind because I think that it is absolutely beautiful. It is transferred on, it's nothing really special. But I am picking out these. I believe I can't remember who that blue and white pattern was by, but it's a lovely set. It's very fancy. I do know that there was a sugar and a creamer. Unfortunately, the sugar was missing its lid. I will typically buy a set, or I will sometimes buy one, but it's got to be really special. So here is everything that I bought. I did pick up two movies. Y'all should know by now that I absolutely love to pick movies, but I just didn't bore you with it. And what I'm going to show you here in just a second, our total spend was $18.21. We sold everything for a total of $157, making the profit $138.79. And I did include the $5 I spent on the wall plaque. I was very elated that I found this piece of pottery. I'm not a pottery person, but that made me really happy. I'll see you guys outside. Well, Goodwill, what's good? You were today, that's what. You guys, I have never had to get a cart before at a Goodwill. I'm really pleased with everything that we got today, from the pottery to the dishes to that wonderful, beautiful silver anniversary religious piece. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't know if I want to keep it or sell it and turn it into a craft project. I'm really excited. I thought we did really good. Oh, and I picked up a Cat Stevens Best Of CD because I love me some Cat Stevens, especially Morning Has Broken and Peace Train. If you don't know, and since you're here on YouTube, Cat Stevens, Peace Train, and Cat Stevens, Morning Has Woken. Do yourself a favor. If you're feeling down, listen to either one of those songs. It'll lift you right up. So anyhow, guys, I really do hope that you had a good time. I know I had an amazing time at Goodwill. First time in a long time. So glad that I got to catch that on camera and share that with you guys. And y'all have a good day, a good evening, a good morning. And until next time, remember, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.